So since 2012, I've been dealing with child support. Since 2018, I've been dealing with Title 4D child support with DOR and the hearing officer in Marion County. Through my experience and my research, I have compiled some statements, some facts that I don't believe can be negated. So I plan to explain how federal incentives have corrupted child support enforcement. Child support enforcement in the United States is driven by federal funding, not fairness. Under Title 4D of the Social Security Act, the federal government reimburses 66% of all child support enforcement costs to the states and provides additional bonus incentives based on collection performance. These incentives do not prioritize child's needs. They prioritize maximizing state revenue through aggressive enforcement. How the federal incentive program works: child support programs receive federal bonus funding based on 5 key performance measures. Establishment of paternity. The more paternity cases established, the more funding the states receive. Establishment of support orders. States are rewarded for increasing the number of new child support orders regardless if they're fair or not. Collection of current support. Higher collection rates lead to more federal dollars. Collection of past due support. More enforcement actions against arrears boost state incentives. Cost effectiveness. The more states collect relative to enforcement costs, the greater the financial reward. Because federal funding increases with higher child support collections, state agencies have a financial motive to maximize orders and aggressively enforce payments and avoid lowering existing obligations, even when circumstances justify a reduction, like in my case. How this creates systemic bias against paying parents. The United States support system was originally designed to ensure both parents contribute fairly to their child's upbringing. Today, it functions as a revenue-generating system for the state by shifting nearly all financial responsibility onto the non-custodial parent. The non-custodial parent bears the full financial burden. As in my case, I have 50-50 timesharing. I've had to fight for it, and now I'm the only one that's earning income, that's reported at least, for the children. Even when both parents have historically provided financially, Title 4D enforcement disproportionately targets the paying parent while the other parent faces no obligation to work or contribute equally. Even if receiving parent voluntarily remains unemployed or underemployed, the burden is shifted entirely to the paying parent, like myself, rather than being divided fairly. Imputed income inflates child support orders. Courts assign or impute income to the paying parent based on an assumed earning potential, not actual earnings. And by the statutes, they're required to impute income to either parent. And in my case, they have. However, the minimum wage was a significant reduction in her ability to earn. When non-custodial parents loses their job or face financial hardship, modifications are delayed or denied, keeping obligations artificially high. In my case, that has happened. I lost my job. I don't make as much money as I used to. I requested a downward modification, assuming that, hey, she just quit and they could downward modify for her obligation. Why can't they do the same for me? Custodial parents are not held to the same standard. While non-custodial parents must prove job searches, employment efforts, and financial hardship, custodial parents are not required to show any effort to earn income. If a non-custodial parent fails to pay, they face wage garnishment, license suspension, and even jail time, while the custodial parent can choose not to work indefinitely with no consequences. Modification requests are obstructed to maintain collections. Even when substantial financial changes occur, states make it difficult to lower obligation to avoid reducing collections. The court delays, burdensome requirements, and slow responses ensure support orders remain at a highest possible level for as long as possible. Enforcement actions prioritize collections over fairness. States enforce child support as aggressively as possible because higher collection rates equal more federal money. License suspensions, bank levies, incarcerations all make it hard for parents to earn money, increasing arrears and triggering further penalties. Why child support's intended purpose has been abandoned. Child support was never intended to be a profit-driven system, but under Title 4D incentives, it now operates as a financial engine for the state. The system is not structured to ensure children are supported. It's structured to maximize collections and keep federal funding flowing. The focus is no longer on what is fair, it is on collecting the highest amount possible. The burden of financial responsibility is no longer shared, it is shifted entirely onto the paying parent. The system does not consider the best interests of the child, it prioritizes maximizing state revenue. Here are the questions we should be asking. If child support is about fairness, why are only non-custodial parents required to prove financial capability? If child support is about the child, why are voluntary unemployment and underemployment of custodial parents ignored? If child support is about financial support, why does the state receive more money when they increase collections rather than ensuring balanced obligations? The federal incentive system has corrupted the purpose of child support. Until these Title 40 incentives are reformed or eliminated, child support will remain a financially motivated system that prioritizes state revenue over fairness.